Welcome back to Today, guys. It's time for another anime first impression video. This is going to be on Senpai is an Otokonoko. Butchering that word probably, but it is something that if you've been in anime, you kind of know what the reference is, and I think it goes beyond to what it is. I'll talk about what I think personally it is, and then what I think maybe is become, because there is two different things going on, and I'll explain again, because even in the American culture it does exist, but is not per se the thing that everyone's thinking. So anyways, first of all, if you haven't done so, go watch the first impressions that I've already released. I have quite a bit of them released already. More to come. Stuff is releasing faster than I can record or even watch. So it is what it is. I'll release as much as possible this next week. And yeah, stuff that's pre-recorded we'll start releasing pretty soon. So I need to really get as much as possible out, as many as I can per day, because yeah, once they'll start releasing, it's gonna be very hard to post stuff. So okay, Senpai is, oh yeah, subscribe subscribe, like, and share, because I don't know why I always miss that sometimes. So yeah, do that. I sometimes forget to say that. Do subscribe. Okay, so Senpai is an Otokonoko. That is essentially, if you've watched anime, and not every anime has it. It's a very rare thing, but it does happen in some animes. Essentially, is the boy character that looks like a girl character, so he chooses to just dress like a girl character because everyone, it is what it is. From my understanding, outside of anime, this is more of males who have a feminine look, and they like to dress as females and all of that, but they don't identify as females. So it's not really a transgender person. It's someone who likes to dress up, right? So you have your group of people here in the U.S. That dress and do the whole, the whole drag queen, movement of men who like to dress as women, stuff like that. But in their real lives, they live their lives as men, right? There's some men, even that are straight, not a lot, but very few that even do that as well, and like to do the whole drag, and they're not per se trans. That's a whole different aspect of it. People who identify as a woman inside of a male body, it's a whole different thing. So this is what this character is. Just throwing that out. That's kind of what I understood. If I'm wrong, correct me in the comment section. But that's kind of what I understood what it is. So right off the bat, in the first episode, we have our cute main character, who is a girl, confess to another girl, who ends up being the Otokonoko, which is a male character, right? Now, he himself considers himself a male. If you kind of notice throughout the episode, like there's a part where it's like, okay, who's the boy gopher or whatever, the one that needs to go for supplies, and he raises his hand like, I'm the one for this week. So he just there, you can kind of see like, okay, he identifies as a boy, he just dresses like a girl, right? So whatever. Anyways, she confesses to him. He says, oh, but I'm an Otokonoko, and she's like, for real? So I can enjoy you as a male and a female? And that is kind of the start of their relationship. And I say relationship because it does seem like at the end of the episode that he is now interested in her as well. So we kind of go in a rat-cat race for a while, the first half of the episode. He doesn't want to be friends with her because he doesn't want her to get hurt. People start making fun of her or bullying her for hanging out with him, right? He's had her all his life, so he doesn't care. But he doesn't want her to be associated with him. She doesn't care. She's very outburst about it. She asks him out to date in front of people. Like, she's very much outgoing, doesn't care what people think about her, right? There's a whole handkerchief thing going on. I'm not going to explain it, but there's a cute part to it. The second half is basically the introduction of the Otokonoko's childhood friend, who is also male, who also has kind of a crush on him as a female, and he basically chimes in, basically tells her, like, you need to not talk to him in front of people. He doesn't like that. You need to do X and Y, right? He also encourages her to basically, like, if you don't want, if you don't have to be with him, don't be with him. Right? He's very much protective of him. We eventually learn that they're childhood friends. That he was at one point saved in a hide and go seek game. That he got stuck somewhere. He got saved by him, and they just kind of bonded through that. Right? We kind of see kind of the chemistry between them, and we're probably going to see that throughout the entire series. Them kind of bickering with each other, but at the same time, they have the same cause, which is to just kind of make the Otokonoko feel welcome and himself, if that's what he wants to do, right? The end of the episode, and we do get a little bit snippet in the middle. We get a little bit of the drama behind the character. We don't get a lot of his character drama yet, but we are. I'm gonna assume dive in deep into his character as the series goes. And essentially, in the middle, again, the whole handkerchief thing, he has one that's pink and special to him. And he remembers that at one point, one of his parents was telling him that, well, that's for a girl. That's not for a male, right? Why do you want that? Confusing him almost a little bit. I think genderizing sometimes stuff can also throw off people, but I'm not even going to hit that. And at the end of the episode, we see him after school going into a shed, I guess part of the school, and he has a locker there where he's able to change back into his male self, and he sees himself in the mirror and sees the clothes of the female and all that, and says, well, good night, myself. I'll see you tomorrow. So I'm going to assume is that his family doesn't know that he dresses like a girl, and he is this persona at school only, which is why he's doing that. Very difficult for him probably at home going through all that. I can't really hit this because I have my own thoughts on it, my own standings on it, but I do think that's going to be a very impactful series for people that really like this type of stuff. Is it for me? I can actually get around the drama. I can actually get around the whole thing. I think it's something that we can't ignore. It actually happens in the world, and I'm an advocate of every kid should not feel like they're alone in the world. Doesn't matter what they're going through, right? Doesn't matter what's going on at home or whatever. At school, as a teacher, I try my best to open up a space where, one, they can share their feelings, but two, they could just be themselves as much as possible in the classroom. I then can, my job is just to teach math, to be honest. But I do try to at least have an open space and safe space for them at my classroom. So it is what it is. Thank you guys so much for watching this. If you haven't done so by now, subscribe to my channel. I'm going to rate this one a 6.5 out of 10. I don't really see it. I can see it being popular on Twitter for the wrong reasons, and we'll see what happens. So thank you guys so much for watching this, and like always, don't be strangers. See you guys.